Imagine waiting all year for these to drop, getting super fired up about the release, and then the draw comes out on sneakers and you can't even get into it. You've been taking L's all week on the different raffles and the sneakers app is your last hope. You manage to actually get into the draw, but you have to wait 2 long, tedious hours, anxiety-laden, just to be given the L anyway. Hello everybody, it is me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomics, and in today's episode we are going to be talking about the release of the Jordan 1 High Lost and Founds, and them being the shoe of the year perhaps, but also the worst release of the year. Welcome back to the channel for all of my regular viewers, and if you're new around here and you love sneakers and sneaker content, feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share it around. I am trying to mount a campaign for 100,000 subscribers, and your help would be greatly appreciated in helping me get there. Now, did you cop? First and foremost, guys, let me know in the comments, did you come up? Did you take an L? Let me know. I feel like this is one of those releases that if you got EA early or you won a raffle early, you pretty much could just throw your hands behind your head, kick your feet up, and just watch on as the sneaker community was engulfed in flames around this release. In the US, the sneakers app release, from what I've seen and heard, was an absolute farce. People could not even get into the app to enter into the draw. People that did manage to get into the app had their settings and profile information changed around. Even if you managed to get into the draw, there were so many entries that it took Nike 2 hours to comb through all of the different bots and entries to sort of pick out the winners. So even if you were in the draw, you had to wait ages to just get your L handed to you. Stocks were supposed to be around 300,000 plus pairs for adult sizes, meaning that a lot of people had their hopes pretty high for a cop on this release. We've also seen and heard a lot from Nike in the recent past regarding clamping down on bots and reselling and accounts that they find suspicious. So there was a lot of optimism going into this release. I've got to put my hands up and firm my own L. I thought the sneaker was going to be a lot easier to get. My money was really on this sneaker hovering around 50, maybe 60 over retail, but they're now going for 150 over retail, even more in some sizes. So I've just got to come out and say, I fucked up, I got that one wrong. It's not the end of the road yet, so if you're in the UK and you entered in on the Foot Locker raffles, you still may well get a W. I think the same can be said for the US with the FLX app. Resale prices spiked because of how shitty the release was. So many people took L's, so many people wanted these pairs, and a lot of people, out of fear of missing out and panicking, decided to jump onto StockX and GOAT to hoover up pairs while they were still somewhat affordable. So we saw prices go here in the UK in my size around £300, sort of like Thursday, Friday, to now being around £365. So there's definitely been sort of like a bit of a jump up in price. So the question on most people's minds now are, how can I get a pair and how can I pay the least amount possible? My own thinking is that they'll probably restock this pair. I can see this being a pair that will come out again over the winter period. I can see them restocking these. I think if you want to buy a pair on the resale market and you want to get it for the cheapest possible price, wait a few days for everybody to get their pairs in. Once the market is flooded again with people selling their pairs that they've recently picked up, prices will drop down a little bit. I think if you're looking to hold these, it would be a good hold for 6 months or a year plus. I can see the demand for this shoe continuing to be high, given the fact it's Chicago, given the fact that people love this sneaker so much and a lot of people hold it as the most iconic Jordan of all time. I think these are a no-brainer if you wanted to hold on to a few pairs. Seeing as I got lucky on the EA and I have the pair in hands, let me take you through a quick review. I think the box is one of the coolest features of the sneaker. It's obviously got the mismatched lid to the box with some aging details on the lid. This is supposed to be a sneaker that has been found in the back of a stock room of a mom and pop shop in the mid 80s. They come with this pretty cool docket that's a handwritten docket, which is a pretty nice touch. The paper is kind of like magazine or newspaper showing advertisements of these sneakers back from like 1986. So already the story touches with the box and the paper and the extra docket is pretty cool. As for the sneakers, obviously they've got the cracked leather going around the heel, which is one of the main features of the sneaker, as well as the cracked white leather. Not as big a fan of the cracked white leather, but it does add to the aesthetic. Other aged touches include the tongue, which has sort of been like faded or given that oxidation look. And then on the outsole as well, there's a little bit of fading action. So the sneaker is supposed to look like a Jordan from 1985, and they've gone a long way to recreating that aesthetic. They come with 2 sets of laces, black and white. The overall shape and construction, I think, is really good. I don't have any really massive quality control issues with my pair, apart from the usual to be expected minor glue marks and stuff. So all in all, it's a good quality sneaker with some really cool storytelling in an all-time classic colorway. I think if you need a pair of Chicagos for your collection, it's a no-brainer to pick these up, even if you have to go onto the resale market. Like I said before, wait a few days, wait for the prices to sort of settle around that sub 350 mark or closer to that 320 odd pound mark, and then make your move. Like paying less than 2x retail for a shoe like this, I don't think is that bad in the resale market. So if you really need some Chicagos, cop them, you won't regret. If you're not that fussed about the Chicago one and you'd rather put that money towards the Amamanier 4s or another release upcoming in the year, I would say go for that as well. They're not really that big a deal. It's not that crazy a pair if you're not already invested in the Chicago one project. So there we go. Don't forget to chuck your comments down below whether you took a dub or an L, and let me know, do you guys think this is the sneaker of the year? I think for a lot of people, they are already dubbing this the best release of the year, but I'd be interested in your thoughts. Let me know down below. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the release recap as well as my mini review on the shoes. Good luck to those of you that still have active entries in the Foot Locker. Hope you come up, and if you didn't, sorry about it. Listen, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.